Hey guys, it's Jonah here again. I'm doing another beer review and I'm going to do another one from the Good Beer Revolution Beer 52 box. You could argue this particular beer, or this brewery in fact, has brewed a lot of these beers because we are doing a beer from Fourpure. And they are in collaboration with these guys. Don, is it Don? Grand Luchito, which is a Mexican place, because this is a Mexican lager at 4.5%. And look, there's even a kind of Mexican wrestler type dude. Brewed in London. Well, at least this one is supposed to be brewed in London. It says, we've teamed up with the Mexican maestros over at Grand Luchito to create a crisp, light and refreshing Mexican-style lager, perfect for soaking up the summer sunshine as your dinner party or as you dine with friends. That doesn't make sense. As you dinner party with friends. Well, they're not English, are they? They're Mexicanos. Very interesting. A Mexican lager. Someone asked me, what is a Mexican lager? And I always thought it was a lager that was had the lime in it, or you put lime in the top, like a South American kind of style. But it's more than that, actually. It's like a lightly bittered lager, so a sort of Vienna or Bohemian sort of pills, lager pills, um, but with corn. Corn is one of the adjuncts in there, and I believe this one does have some corn in there. It's very difficult. The ingredients are here, but my camera's not really picking things up today, as you have seen already, which is a shame. Oh no, where is it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Very difficult to get the exact kind of recipe of what's going on, which is crazy. But anyway, it's got yeah, herbs and things and spices, flaked maize, some lager malt. I'm reading off the the Beer 52 tasting notes now. SARS, Motueka, and Magnum hops. So there's quite a few different hops in there. It's going to be interesting. And like any good particular lager, I've had it lagering in my fridge for probably, say, a good week. A good week. Interesting. Very, very full, as you can see. Need to be careful with such things. Let us get this bad boy into a glass. Now, with a good lager, you should have a very, very clear product. So if there's any kind of residuals in there at all, that would be bad. But no, we're looking pretty good. My God, we've had a couple of really crystal clear beers. I think that's amazing. Lovely fluffy head. Over one finger, not quite two, say 1.25 this time. But look at that fluffy, light fluffy clouds. The glass has kind of frosted up a little bit. Let's see if we can get some of that carbonation. Very similar to the one we had the other day. Light carbonation. This one perhaps is a tiny bit more carbonated, which is always good. Let us do. Can we do one of these? Let's do a partial one of those for the thing. The cheeky grin as usual. Let's go low this time. Something like that. You never know how these things are going to work out, but you'll have seen that already because that will be the thumbnail, my dear viewer, for this video. Look how clear that is. Maybe this is a touch hazier than it was yesterday, just a touch, but still pretty damn clear. Right, let's dive in and let's see what we get on the nose from this. I'm getting a little bit of sourness, sour kind of corn, perhaps, but also it could be a sort of sour lemon and limey type thing. Getting quite a lot of malt here. Not getting a superb amount of hops, or hop aroma, should I say. This one is going to be a bit malty, I think. But like I say, if it's on style, keep our fingers crossed for that. It should be quite malt forward. Um, Not a huge amount of hop bitterness in here. I'm actually looking forward to this. So this is Mexican lager via Southeast London, mate. Cheers and beers. Oh, by the way, if you're liking the content, if you're liking the video, if you're liking my beer reviews, please consider subscribing to the channel. It does help me out. Um, Leave a comment down below. Cheers and beers. Mm. Okay, interesting. There is, yeah, a little bit more carbonation um, there. I was worried. That's why I took a slightly longer sip because I was worried that as soon as I swallowed, I'd be hit with a bit of bitterness. But I wasn't. It's nice and smooth. But the carbon dioxide, the carbonation, does kind of pop and do its kind of fizzy things on your tongue, which is always good. It's kind of what makes a lager style really nice to drink on a sunny summer's day, I should say. Um, it wasn't that sunny today, actually. We did have a touch of rain down here, but alas, can't all be like Mexico City, you know. Yes, I'm getting the malt. The sweetness is there, the breadiness, the kind of doughiness. Um, but I am getting a little bit of hops. It's not superbly bitter, so it is bang on style. I don't know if I like corn in my beer. I know it's an adjunct. I know the Americanas, both North and South, do use it. It's something, I guess, slightly more alien to us over here in Europe. Are we in Europe now? I guess geographically we are, because we don't use corn so much. But then we do use silly things like oats, Scottish heritage for me, and wheat in our beers. So, you know, we're not all barley, put it that way. But yeah, having something like corn does add something to your beers. There is an off flavour, a very, very common off flavour that you get in beer that tastes a little bit like corn. But in this particular beer, it's supposed to be there. Um, and the freshness is fantastic. There is even a nice straight tide line, or if we're looking at kind of foam watch, Dr. Charlie Bamforth would be happy with that, even if it is a lager. Let's go for another sip. It's like creamed corn, um, which is interesting because I know in my NEPA kind of reviews, or that the modern style of beer, pale ales as well, NIPA and NEPA, yeah, um, they do have that kind of smoothness, but it's from the interaction of the wheat and oats mostly, but it also makes it cloudy. So this is an interesting fact. By using corn as an adjunct in your beer, um, you can end up with a pretty clear product, as we can see here. Whereas the new modern kind of, like I say, NEPA or IPAs and stuff, um, do have a cloudy kind of finish. This does not. Another really solid tide line now. I'm quite impressed. There's not going to be much head on this when I'm finished, but or lacing, I should say, on the side of the glass. But those tide lines are really thick, and I like that. Let's go in for some more. Wow. So there we go. Yep. Really solid lines. I'm impressed with that. And then we go up for some crazy kind of things like a sort of a raving peacock. What else? Oh, look, the Loch Ness monster is there as well in my kind of foam. I like looking at foam. I like looking at clouds and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I said how strong this was at the beginning, which I usually do. 4.5% this bad boy. So you could definitely think a few of these. Quite a nice style. Quite difficult to judge, to be honest. But that one's quite unique because it's got the added corn in there, which is good. Oh, pardon me, dear viewer. But that's what happens when you drink beer on camera, especially if it's quite well carbonated, like that one was. Um, yeah, interesting to have that as a style. Um, like I said, I'm not really a lager person anyway, but that one was completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that one at all. However, because it's a sort of style that's so clean, so crisp, there's a lot of people say, and I say it too, there's a lot, you can hide nothing, no off flavors in a lager. That one is a really good example. Guys, this has been Uncle Jonah drinking beer so you guys don't have to. For your entertainment, even. Don't worry, because Uncle Jonah, I will return with another beer review. It's going to come up real soon.